All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we're going through Proverbs chapter 5. Can you believe we're already in chapter 5, verses 1 through 2? Let's get it. My son, be attentive to my wisdom, incline your ear to my understanding, that you may keep discretion and your lips may guard knowledge. What's interesting about Proverbs is that it always talks about be attentive to wisdom, incline your ear to my understanding, basically seek wisdom. I feel like that's the start of every Proverbs chapter, and we're just going to keep running up against that as we go through Proverbs. But specifically in verse 2 here, it's talking about that you may keep discretion and your lips may guard knowledge. And when I interpret this, I'm hearing move in silence. Jesus says some really weird things throughout the Bible where, he'll be talking. He's like, let those who have ears hear, which is a very weird thing to say because most people have ears, but maybe it's spiritual ears, maybe it's people just aren't actively listening, whatever it may be. Maybe it's like apply it to your life. I don't know exactly what he means by that, but he also will be in front of a crowd and he'll disappear throughout the New Testament. Jesus is like doing his ministry and he has this kind of offering information, pulling back information, offering information, pulling back information. And here it's talking about keeping discretion and your lips guarding knowledge. And some say, why would you want to guard knowledge? And well, it's because those who have ears may choose not to hear, and then some people don't have ears to hear, meaning some people aren't ready to listen to what you have to give them. So sometimes you need to move in silence with the knowledge that you have and keep discretion. And so the entrepreneurial application of this is be about that action instead of talking about it a lot. And when I think of this, I'm thinking of kind of through my self-improvement journey, I've heard people say, hey, don't tell a bunch of people about your dreams and goals, but go do them. And then people will see the results of you taking massive action. Steve Harvey also talked about this. Don't give big ideas to small-minded people because they'll suck the juice out of it. So don't just give your ideas to everybody. Keep your ideas to yourself and a close circle of people that you trust and start taking massive action on it. And then let the people you impact talk about the stuff that you're doing instead of yourself talking about the stuff that you're doing. So where has this shown up in my life? I try not to volunteer too much information. I do a lot of thinking. I start taking action, and then I ask people about it to get feedback, but people I trust. Like I'll ask my wife. I'll ask my brother. Yep, she's my wife now. Gracie is my wife. That's lit. I'll ask my brother. I'll ask some close friends, maybe some mentors that I respect. I'll reference their books and see if it aligns with books like the Bible, books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, or The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, Atomic Habits by James Clear. So I'll ask certain people, but I don't like to volunteer too much information. And I also don't like to talk about my dreams and goals a bunch. I ask other people about their dreams and goals. And because I host a podcast, it may seem like I talk a lot, but look at the stuff I'm saying. I go to texts like Proverbs and I pull information from it and then I talk to you about it. Instead of talking to you about my dreams and goals, what I'm doing, I sprinkle that in here and there with the where has this shown up in my life, but only to prove the point of the text, never to just talk about myself because I don't really like talking about myself a bunch. I more want to hear about other people and help other people. So I try not to volunteer too much information whenever I can. And where do I want this to show up in my life? Of course, the only way it can show up, more massive action and bolder thoughts. Remember, I'm not sharing too much, but this doesn't say don't have wisdom. It says keep discretion so your lips may guard knowledge. So I want to have the knowledge to have bigger and bolder thoughts. And I want to take more massive action on those bigger and bolder thoughts so that I have a bigger impact. And then the people I'm impacting will be able to spread the word about what I'm doing and how I'm helping them. That's where I want it to show up in my life. How can you guys apply this to your life? I would say apply the wisdom you have right now instead of talking about it. A lot of us will continue to talk about stuff, continue to check with people. And this is when done is better than perfect. You need to take massive action, massively imperfect action, if need be, to get the feedback to optimize, as opposed to talking about it, trying to fix every problem, trying to make sure everything's lined up before you start. Stop talking, start doing. That's how you can apply it to your life and start with the wisdom that you have. And while you're in the process, make sure to bend your ear to the wisdom that you're putting yourself in a position to receive. So that's all we got for you today on the show. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you on the next one. And on that note, we're out.